Hello, Twitter, Atlanta, YouTube world. It's Puzzled again. And today is the last day that I will be 50 years old. Okay. And I just wanted to share the stuff that has happened in the last 4 days to people around me, and just understanding and respecting the seeing the power of positive thoughts. Uh, just being kind and generosity, the random acts of kindness, and the strange acts of bitterness. All right. So I know someone who is a truck driver who has been working for someone kind of like a contractor for the past maybe 3 years. And it has been uh, a mutual relationship. So they're making money with each other, right? If he wasn't driving, then the company wasn't going to get paid. So, and vice versa. So it appeared to be a relationship based on mutual respect. And oh boy just mentioned that he was in need of more steady work because trucking has gotten really, really bogged down with all the administrative things that's going on with legislation and putting stuff on the train, as opposed to when it comes to the port, getting the containers going on the tractor trailers. Details. Okay, so oh boy out doing his job, right, delivering a load, and next thing he know, click click, he was turned off. Like, had gotten up that morning, went to work like everything was normal, went to do his dropped off one trailer, and could not get to the rail yard because he didn't have access. He didn't have access to the computer because he had been fired. What? Emotions running high. So he calls me, and he started getting, feeling some kind of way in the anger, and who had made some negative comments about his boss. And I was like, don't do that. If everybody's under extreme stress these days, don't do that. Don't block your blessings by being ugly that way. And so got him to calm down, because called his wife and blah 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 blah. On number 9, right? The emotional, as would be expected. But I calmed him down to the point where he didn't take that on. He didn't take that negativity on himself. And so, old girl wasn't answering the phone. Finally got her online. Somebody else in the company had to let them know that he had been fired. He had the system say he had been terminated. Yada yada yada. So get her on the phone. The woman is stressed out, and she just breaks down into tears. Right? He wasn't disrespectful. He never said anything out of the way to her. Just let her know that she had put him in a bad spot. And it didn't seem warranted. Okay. So, different story. My sister mailed me a birthday gift early. She mailed it last week. So she mailed it on the 8th. And my postman chooses to leave these notes in my mailbox, as opposed to bringing my stuff to my front porch. I have some really tall steps leading up to my front porch. They are daunting, as a word, but that's my neighborhood, right? Except for across the street. Those houses are on the low side. I'm on the high side of the street. So almost everything over here has big ass steps leading up to the front door. And this cat just don't get out the damn car. Okay, so I don't know if it's a new one, because I've been in this house for 20 years. All right. So like years ago, there was this one dude who just refused to come to the fucking door. I'm like, I don't even know. It's a part of the job description. Rain, sleet, hail, snow, right? I learned that shit in elementary school. I'm 50. Okay. So leaves these notes, come to the post office and get your stuff. Well, my wheelchair is gonna make that a bit difficult. You know, it's not convenient whatsoever. So deep breath. Okay, thank you very much. So I get her gift together, and I have a problem with tape. It's like I'm a second grader. This is so not easy for me. Arts and crafts, I like glue. That was much. Can you imagine? Christmas is hard also. Okay, so anyway, I get it all put together, and I get my daughter's father to take it to the post office. Well, when he goes to the post office to deal with this on my behalf, I signed it and everything so he can pick up my stuff. He says there's a line out the door. Now, I understand this spot because I remember staying and walking, doing business, mailing stuff back and forth, and actually using the post office. I have stamps from way back then, right? I bought the Forever stamps. So they should be good forever. Unless they shut down because, okay, whatever. Praise God. He says there's a line out the door. So, whatever. I respect and understand it twice. He came back today with the same story because he just couldn't do it. Didn't want to. Wasn't gonna. So, but my sister called me this morning at like 9 something and tells me, I got it. I'm like, wow. I wasn't sure, you know. So I'm grateful that my gift got to her. Hers got to me too. It just hasn't gotten to me yet. So it's in town. What else? Oh, and then I called a friend of mine yesterday. I was in a really bad mood, and I was just like, you know what? I need a laugh. So I call him, and he answers the phone coughing. So I immediately burst out laughing. He was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, what's wrong with you? He said, I'm choking on coffee. I said, oh, it didn't sound like that. It sounded like something else. So we laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. And then we get to, basically like the reason for my call, I was like, I needed that. I needed some joy. I needed to be able to laugh about something. And he goes, you know what, Katina? I've come to realize that every day is going to be some bullshit. Every day is going to be something that's going to be an opportunity for you to get angry. But what you have to do is figure out how to not get angry. I said, I can understand that and respect that. I said, but I need to get a bunch of stuff done. He said, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? One thing? I say, I could do one thing. And then we started talking. He said, what do you want to do? I said, well, I want to do blah, 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 blah. He said, so you trying to tell me that you want to sit here and try to create 3 websites? I said, well, I've done it before, years ago. I wasn't that good at it. But I had all 3 of them up, So he said, well, why don't you take some pressure off yourself? And just do one thing at a time. He said, what all you got to do? I said, well, first I got to register the domain name. He said, why don't you take care of that first? I said, okay. But I also need to, he said, well, why don't you do the domain name first? So I got the domain name done today. But it was liberating to allow myself to do one thing. Instead of feeling defeated, instead of getting all bent out of shape and in your feelings because you don't get a bunch of shit done on your list, right? And then another thing, he was like, write it down. Well, I have notes all over the place, right? But I'm getting more concise with it. I'm 50. Done ran businesses in and out of the ground. got it out of the mud, rolled it down into the mud. So I understand, respect, and know that a failure to plan is planning to fail. So getting it together. As long as you're alive, you have opportunity to keep going. Don't feel defeated. Don't allow yourself to talk yourself into a hole. Don't erroneously allow your tongue to block your blessings with negativity. If you can't got nothing good to say, keep your mouth shut. Okay? I know he wanted to cuss that lady out for firing him in the morning. But he held it together. He called me and he told me the story. I did the cussing. He told me about the cussing that his wife did. So that kept him from having to cuss anybody and get his mind together. Because we all know she going out of business. We all know she going out of business. If you're going to do some crooked shit like that, it's kind of understood. You understand? You can't be whatever. So find a way, whatever it is you have to do, whatever it is you have to say to yourself, whatever you got to write down, whatever ideas or planning that you're thinking of, give yourself permission to do one thing. And if you're a person that can multitask, good for you. But if you are unable to continue to feel good and be positive about how shit's going because everything seems to be fucked up, give yourself permission to do one thing. So I did two things today, right? I got some apples and I got some carrots and I got some fruit and I got some meat in this house, and I put it away. I put the groceries away all by myself. I didn't even feel like it. And I registered a domain name. So tomorrow I get something else accomplished. Don't necessarily want to pay that much. I got a cheesy domain name for $10 for this first year, right? So I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to host it for free or extremely low. So I'm looking, it's telling me that I could get Microsoft 365 can run my okay, so if I could figure out how to fuck, that's my thing for tomorrow. I'm gonna figure out this Microsoft 3. Everything is password protected. I'm so sick of everything being password protected. I'm 50 years old. It's tearing me up. I promise you, it's tearing me up. My buddy says, do you use your cell phone and blah, blah, blah? No, I use my desktop. Okay, I understand I can save these passwords, but that's not how stuff used to be done. You didn't do that. You knew your passwords. Okay, so it's a new day. Try to figure out a way to continue to feel accomplished. Say positive things to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Love somebody for no reason today. Just do a random act of goodness, of kindness. Even give somebody $1. You know? You never know what can happen. You don't even know when you're talking to Jesus. So just be kind to yourself. Do something good for yourself. Be kind. I ordered my daughter some cookies. They actually showed up. She loves those caramel things that's like those Do-si-dos or whatever. Like the Girl Scout cookies, but the caramel fudge. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, usually when I order them, they don't come because they don't have them. They're out of stock. All right. So she's going to be happy when she gets home. My sister got her gift. Oh, the man who got fired like that day. Oh boy, got another job, and he got offered. He got a job. He's starting on Monday. Okay, he took the driving test today. He passed the physical. He passed the drug test. He passed all the rest of it. He put his hazmat back on his driver's license. Right, he's good to go. By the way, if you want to work for us, you can come work for us too. Oh, what? 2 job offers? 2 job offers? After being fired in an asshole way. So keep your chin up, keep your mouth shut, don't block your blessings, keep your energy up, stay positive, attract good things, because your mindset, what you emit is what you attract, okay? So keep going. I feel like crap. I know what I look like. I'm tired. I'm probably incomprehensible, but I just wanted to say, hey, everybody, try to figure out some kind of way to be positive. Try to figure out some kind of way to love yourself. Try to figure out some kind of way to be in community. Try to figure out some kind of way to be in a community of like-mindedness. Try to figure out a way to find joy. Try to figure out a way to spread joy. Okay? And try to figure out a way to save money. Try to figure out a way to eat decent. Try to figure out a way to stay hydrated. Okay? I promise you, shit's crazy. Oh, I got a broken tooth, an exposed nerve. This shit is killing me, right? I called my dentist, the guy who I normally see, because you have to wait till Wednesday for Medicaid. Wednesday, Medicaid day, and this beautiful doctor that's in there, he does really nice work. Yes, this is Miss Wright. I'm a patient. I normally see the guy on Wednesdays. I wanted to find out if it's even gonna be possible for him to see me in me being in my wheelchair, because I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be able to stand and transition like I have been doing. You know. Oh, Miss Wright. Yes. I'm sorry to inform you that as of this Friday, we are no longer gonna be in network with Medicaid. So. I promise you, I find joy. I crack myself up. I do cry. I do have hard times. I do have difficulties. But I'm not going to let it destroy me. I'm not going to let it destroy me. I'm going to figure something out. Or dig this tooth out like that guy did in Hangover. Put this motherfucker out myself and put a string around it and slam the front door. Like I'm a baby. So... everybody's going through some shit. Your problems are your problems, so they're huge to you. But I promise you, everybody's going through some shit. Some of it is disgusting. Some of it is sad. You know? So hang in there. Hang in there. Be kind to yourself. All right? Smoke or eat something. Bye.